Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Sword of the Sea. This is a game from Giant Squid, developers of Journey and the Pathless and ABZÜ, and once we get in here, if you're familiar with any of those games, you're going to immediately see that pedigree stamped all over it. In a lot of ways, to me, it looks like they kind of took their last three games and just kind of rolled them up in a ball together, and that's an exciting prospect. They're pretty good games. So let's just, without any further ado, let's just get in here. Let's get in here and do the thing. I don't know what the Sword of the Sea is. The game seems to mostly be about surfing. Maybe it's the name of your surfboard. Or maybe you're surfing on a sword. Or maybe the loading screen is frozen. Any of these things could be happening. All of a sudden I have to vamp. Any of these things could be happening. I've actually never played a Giant Squid game before. Obviously, they've had a lot of critical acclaim. I mean, Journey is legendary. And I've always been sort of like peripherally aware of them. They seem very well respected within my circles, but this is my first time getting actually hands-on. The Pathless looked really fun. I never quite got around to buying it, right? It was one of those things where like every time there was a hole in the schedule, there was something else that was like on sale or more immediately relevant. And like it's still on. I have my list of things for the channel and I can see that it is still on the list. But at this point, you know, there's this weird thing that happens to games where like when they're new, they're relevant and it makes sense to play them. And once they reach a certain age, it makes sense to play them because it's like, hey, did people forget about this game? Or like there are people who are legitimately like young enough to have come up after this game was a thing. And the Pathless is right in that like that dead window right now where it's like it's just old enough not to be relevant, but it's still too new to be relevant. It's all right. It'll come around. It'll survive somehow. Okay, so I guess one thing that might be worth mentioning here is that I do have a pretty severe thalassophobia, which maybe makes this kind of an odd game to want to play. We'll see how much that actually gets triggered here. Well, there you go. I think that answers our question. Okay, these statues don't actually have collision, which I guess I appreciate. Okay. Some basic trick systems. Got your, it's a very Tony Hawk feeling jump. Which I say fully complimentary. You come to a stop really quickly too. That's crazy. Basically instantly, as soon as you stop holding the button. All right. Oh, this is... the way the sand dunes are rolling is really beautiful. Ah. I was hoping I could just ride up one of those spines. In case y'all forgot from the title card that we were looking at 5 minutes ago. Now, my impression is that this is a pretty short experience, and that is exactly what I'm looking for here. Just something that's like really, oh man, yeah, the way even the rocks are like rolling up away from the thing. Ooh, hold on. When I nudge these, they light up. Well, now that's interesting. What's going on in here? The sea remembers. We earned a triangle. Rock stands and water flows, so it ever must be. And as it is crushing to rock to make it flow and rush, so it is cruel to water to hold it still. The sea yearns to run, to dance, to follow the tides of the moon. But Tornamun held it fast, binding its vibrancy behind walls. The sea still churns inside those seeds, restlessly beating against its bounds. Rock has squeezed its life still and stagnant, but the sea remembers. Okay. Interesting. I do wonder what these triangles are for. Can we go behind the giant sand flow? We cannot. That's a rock wall. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this game is just going to be sort of like surfing placidly over really, really beautiful environments. Just so we're all aware what we're getting into here. Yeah, I'm just kind of stunned by it at the moment. What have we here? Oh. And there's sort of the ABZÜ of it. Oh my gosh. So we have what looks like a marked path forward, and obviously I will be avoiding that until I am relatively confident that there's nothing else to do around here. Now that we've been shown that there is a way to collect triangles, I must have all of the triangles. It is a sickness. It is known as gaming. Oh my god, look at all of them. Friends, I'm so glad we came up here. I wonder if there are different tricks. Oh, interesting. Okay, I can charge up right click. Yeah, I can charge up right click to do this sort of like weird spin move. It doesn't fire if I do it in the air though. Okay. Well, we'll see if it has any obvious utility later. What's over here? Okay. Also got something of a fear of heights, you know? Some video game environments trigger it and some don't. Aha, aha, aha. That one gave me a jolt, I would say. Just a little poke of fear. All right. Let us follow the road as we have made it. I think this poor person had dried all the way out. Am I being told to half pipe? I am indeed. Kind of a sort of a messy landing there. Hi. Reward unlocked. Tricks. While in the air, press Q. Also, apparently I am the Wraith, and these things are Tetra. Alright, I think I'm good on that area. Let's head forward here. I don't know, do we have a map or anything? None of the buttons that normally bring up a map seem to bring up a map, so I guess we'll find out later. Oh, okay, there's a grab. The tricks don't seem to do anything by themselves, like I'm not getting a speed boost or earning Tetra. Oh, sure, no problem. Yeah, jeez. There's stuff up there. Okay. Wait, did I do this? This is not the correct path. The necropolis. All beings must pass on, even the gods. To die, the gods travel to the pinnacle of Farah, the necropolis of the gods. The high necropolis is no place for mortal men, Those who mind the temples give up their own livelihoods, their afterlives blessed for the sacrifice. Probably supposed to be blessed. The dolphin and the shark guard this ground, the minders of the minders. They are the noblest of all the demigods, the stewards of the cycle. Yeah, this is just gorgeous. Oh, okay, fully submerged. So there's lots of big red flags everywhere. Seems like denoting our points of interest in most cases, although this, nope, never mind. This is something. I was going to say this looks like a big wall. We must learn to trust the flags. Advice for a Sword of the Sea as for your real life. Learn to heed the red flags. See them and believe in their meaning. Jeez. Look at all of that. Really be doing tricks over this apparently sacred thing? Oh, I see. Okay, right click is actually just it's the same as the interact key. Okay. Well, see, now that's interesting. No. I was kind of expecting that first jump to be like a little more consequential. Is this a set of lanterns? Should probably light these up. Did that affect the terrain? No, it didn't affect anything around the ramp. These figures are awfully ominous. I am not good at just going in a circle. I wonder though, since we can hold interact and have it spark off like this, I wonder if doing that would ignite every lantern that is in the spark area. Huh. That's interesting. I'm assuming, I guess we'll lower this, right? It is cool that just tapping interact to sort of like kick your board does cause all of the interactables that you can see to glow through the terrain like that for a second. Handy tool for in case you get lost. The blade. The sea would need a champion, and its champion would need a weapon. For the war that laid ahead, no ordinary weapon would do. The sea produced rocks that would not carve, metals that would not rust, woods that would not burn. The blade that came forth would never dull, the hilt would never chip, the finest weapon ever forged. But who could wield it? I mean, as far as holding it with your hands, honestly, I don't know. Not really my thing. But it sure is fun to stand on, which I suspect is not the case with most swords. I have to say, I'm a little surprised at the amount of, like, platforming. You know, of course, I didn't look too closely at the store page or preview footage or anything, because I wanted to get to be surprised and stuff, and I knew it wasn't a very long game. Boy, that's a distance. I don't think I'm making that. Back. Jellyfish, save me. So I guess that's probably why I'm so surprised about the platforming. So I'm sure the videos and stuff make it clear. I don't know. Do you think I'm gonna give it a try? I'm gonna give it a try. No, not even close. Okay, we're gonna have to do some more remodeling around here. That chain runs all the way down there. I wonder if you can get on that. You know, we haven't seen any grinding yet, but it certainly is the sort of game where it feels like there could be grinding. That said, grinding up a chain for several hundred feet does feel, I guess I was gonna say a little impossible, a little supernatural perhaps, but then I look at everything else that's happening. For some reason, that seemed to me to be disqualifying, because I guess I've forgotten what we're looking at. Interact near pots to show the pots who is the boss. Yeah, let's try this here. Yeah, okay, it does light them up in a pretty large area. Wow, a really large area even. I appreciate that. I appreciate that this long circular climb is not really about like precision. In fact, they seem to be moving toward me intentionally as I approach. Ah, okay. We ride the chain down, not up. That makes a lot more sense. But still, you know, magic. Wow. Should y'all be schooling like that right in front of that orca? It feels like we haven't actually seen anything eat anything else here, but it definitely feels like a possibility. Listen, I'm not an expert. I didn't go to school for this, but I know a thing or two about the ocean. 500. All right, I'll be back. Ah. Oh. I can steer the orca within certain bounds. I do not have perfect control, but that's really something. Oh, come on, buddy. Up, up. Okay. You're just a little sluggish. Oh, there are some places it seems like you do not want to go. I'm trying to see if I can steer him. Oh, I know the fish. I know the fish are so pretty. But can we just can we focus a little? Okay. I think I've lost control of this whale entirely. All right. Good hang. Good hang. Okay, the chain's coming out again. Like over here. Oh boy, you really get going. Yeah, this feels absolutely wonderful to control, by the way. I don't know if that was clear. To be perfectly honest with you, the only complaint I would have is that it's almost a little too responsive, in the sense that when you let go of the speed, the stop you come to, it feels really abrupt and weird. It doesn't you really don't carry momentum at all. But that's an aesthetic concern bumping up against a mechanical one, and they chose to place value on making the mechanics feel good. I think that's probably the right call. Okay, so it doesn't look like any of these other things have treasure chests on them. Although that one clearly has some lanterns. Oh no! That's all right. That should be very easy to access from the upper ledge. Okay, didn't really do anything. Where am I gonna get? I still need quite a lot of Tetra. Let's go over here. Where things are still pretty desert. So I probably have missed some stuff on this side. Well, no way in around the side, it would appear. Have we been up there? Ugh. Oh, I can't skate on the sandy chains. Interesting. The cycle is broken. The necropolis is bound only to its own rules. The fish swim through air, the temples have no worshippers, and the water of this sea is not water. Ichor is the vibrancy of the gods, the very lifeblood that animates them. Ichor invigorates into a god at its birth, and returns to the necropolis at its demise. Now the ichor is bound into the ocean seeds. No gods may be born, and none can die. The cycle is broken. Oh. No, that seems like a problem, yeah. I could see how that could cause some issues. Are we going to be able to fix that? Okay. We can just float as long as there's kelp around. I guess float is the right word for that. Float doesn't feel, to me, fully appropriate for how active a movement type that is. It feels like flying. You know, floating feels, I don't know, passive. I wonder if we can interact directly with any of the other kinds of fish. Alright, the suggestion seems to be indeed. Okay, well, one end of the chain structure being buried underneath 1,000 tons of sand could be why the chain is so sticky on this side. Maybe I needed to go back and forth one more time. It sure looked like I was high enough. Okay, just gotta find one more of these somewhere. I could have come at that in a more careful fashion. Okay, I don't think I can quite get up there by just jumping off the ground. We'll have to come at it again from the way we came at it here. I had to say, I don't love my odds. Seems like it's just, well, that wasn't a very good jump in the first place. But in general, it just seems, thank you, fish. Seems too high. I think if we're gonna make the jump, I have to not stop and land on that intermediary building. And I don't think I have the distance from up here to be able to do that. So maybe we give up on that for right now. We'll figure out how how to reach it. Probably from somewhere else would be my guess. Although, I suppose there is certainly a sense in which this doesn't really seem to lead anywhere else. Huh. Oh, I see. Alright, so take this. Right. Let's see what all that fuss was about. Yeah, worth the effort. Alright, we're totally gonna go check that out. Ah, I see, okay. You get up here for whatever this is. Just... Okay, I mean, I guess it's gonna be just Tetra a lot. That does seem to be like the one kind of reward that exists. I feel like I was saying something earlier and now I don't remember what, and I also don't care. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty all right. So each one of these little clusters on the wall gives some Tetra, and I think I need to like trick as I'm going past them. It's not enough to touch them. I have to tap interact. Actually, it looks like maybe I just hit those ones already. Well, whatever. We're good. There we go. It's a little hard to disconnect from the half pipe once you get going on it. Prove your valor. Attain the high score within the time limit. Okay, so yeah, it's still a video game. Chain tricks to raise combo, land successfully to multiply score. Fairy tricks for the most points. Activate the hourglass to start the event. The high score is 8,000. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see what this looks like. I can't really tell, like, when I'm doing grabs, true edge, I can't really tell if I'm able to vary my grabs with, like, different inputs. Oh, we're so close. Okay, I was hoping it worked by Tony Hawk rules, which is that when you go up, if the timer runs out when you go up, the timer keeps running until you hit the ground there. So that the last second jump to squeeze a couple more tricks out. Okay, that is a lot of Tetra. More than we needed for sure. What a cool game. Okay, so the fellow who wanted the 500 Tetra is up here, right? Oh, wait a second. This is the big gold. Let's check this out. Oh. Perhaps we are not the only one with a sword board? The person's holding it all wrong. Making themselves look silly out here. I hope I didn't... No, we're hitting a loading screen here. I hope I didn't, like, leave that area without going back and giving that guy the rest of the Tetra he was after. I guess I should have been more wary of a big golden door. Wow. I don't know, I was kind of expecting to be sucked in or something. Oh, okay. That feels a little dangerous. will say one thing that's weird about all that is that when you're on the wall, you know, the controls are camera relative, I guess, and so you want to hold left to keep going forward instead of up. But up is very natural to keep holding, as it is generally your accelerate and forward button. And if you press it, it just drags you up the wall. Okay, you can now do more spinny tricks. So it's not that one monk in particular wanted 500. It's just that 500 was our next monk threshold. Let me have a look around here before I go grabbing that, because I don't know where I'm supposed to take it. Foreshadowing. Not all wars have victors. All battles are ruinous, but not all wars have victors. So it went when the Wanderer and the forces of the sea battled Tornamun and her wraiths of red fire. The ocean creatures were noble, fighting to preserve the cycle. The gods, with their legion of metal wraiths, fought only for immortality. The wraiths of red fire were extinguished, but the sea was dried to dust. All battles are ruinous, but not all wars have victors. Yeah. Okay, a lesson to be learned, surely, but I have a limited number of verbs, so I guess we will see if they allow me to learn the lesson. This is the thing about moral instruction in a video game. You are so not in charge of what you are and are not able to do. Okay, there's some kind of something over here on the edge of this roof. Okay. Just a small amount of texture, and I guess like it almost couldn't have been anything else, right? Also that. Now we have a seashell that I do not have any idea what to do with. Having a hell of a time picking up these last two. Okay. We have constructed. Can I? Okay, yes, I can. So you're going to need a bubble. I mean, obviously there's the one down there. Is there anything around here that's maybe less of a pain in the ass to get to? This would just jump me. Ah. Alright, well, I guess it's an opportunity to grab the bubble. Now, I wonder if these things are, like, limited or in terms of, like, time. Do I need to do a good job of getting up? How did I get up before? I've already forgotten. Let's see here. I fell down here. I remember this now. And I went up. Well, it looks like this will work. Ah. Okay, so we had this over here. This is how we're supposed to approach this. Okay. Easy. Okay, big golden door the second. So there's more of these tiles laying around. But I don't know that, like, Tetra is really my main concern right now. The Great Dolphin. The Great Dolphin is the sea's freedom, swimming independent and powerful and vibrant. The dolphin has no use for limits. The immortal forces of Tornamun defied the cycle and defied the sea, and bound the sea tightly. The great dolphin fought and fought, but Tornamun drained the sea. The dolphin was petrified and deprived of its chance to swim. And if only we could solve that, something tells me we could get across to there. Okay, where else do I see... I mean, I haven't. Right? I guess here. Here's the answer. Where else do I see a head that would accept an orb? I see one here, but I don't see... Wait, is it as simple as just coming in from the other side of that? I think there is not fencing over the whole entire side. Well, this seems like an oversight in their security system. So it doesn't seem like there's that much stuff going on that we haven't accessed yet here. I mean, it's not nothing, and obviously there are still, gosh. Obviously there are still rooftop tiles that we haven't gotten to and whatever, but like... I don't think there's probably... Oh, these are dolphin tiles. Okay. I was going to say, I don't think there's probably like a whole secret route to unlock yet, and I'm thinking maybe we have to go through that door before we can free the dolphin. But if all the tiles have the dolphin on them, and we now have the ability to go up very dramatically in lots of places where that wasn't true before, maybe I'm wrong and there is a thing worth working out while we're here before we step through the doorway. Okay, got a little overzealous there. No. My beautiful dolphin tile. There it goes. Okay. How many more did we see? There's one over there that we don't have yet. Turtle friend, help! Turtle friend, Okay, you're not being the most helpful right now. It does not appear that I have any influence on Turtle Friend at all. Seems quite in control of the situation. I mean, this is fine. Thank you very much for the ride. I'll just get over there manually. Okay, it's like, yeah, I guess the thing to do is to take this kelp up. Probably need to get up to that the higher platform. Almost. I am confident I can do that. I think that is a very doable thing. Okay, only some of the tiles have dolphins on them. I guess it's probably not a matter of freeing the dolphin up yet. And that chain... Yeah. You go through the door here and you do more stuff, and then the chains become unsanded, and then you can visit the great dolphin, I'm sure. Watching over me like the G-Man. I'll tell you, I don't like it. That's very effective, just having the shadow flowing on the walls. Alright, I mean, it looks like we're freeing more dolphin spirit. Lost Grotto. The grotto appears a thriving city. Homes, markets, places of worship, but no Farrens ever walked its paths. The grotto was only ever for the gods, a city to preside over in death, as they once did in life. The city was known by many names. Now it is only the Lost Grotto. But was it ever found? Well, I have a feeling that at the very least it is going to be found. Probably like pretty shortly here. So the fish all seem to be headed over toward that statue. That was a little clumsy, not, as you might imagine, precisely what I was going for. I appreciate the the amount of try again kelp that they've placed around, though. think we just want to keep following this path. Although, I do question why is there even jelly stuff over here? Where does all this go? Prove your valor. Attain the high score within the time limit. Okay, yeah. Combos and stuff. High score is 10k this time. How am I gonna get... Can we get off the ground? Oh, almost. My jumps are just like a little bit too low to get on everything, it feels like, except for this. In which case my jumps are too high to remain on it. Alright, here we go. Okay, I was not sure where all the tricking space was going to come from, but this makes more sense. Wall ride. I kind of landed on my head a little bit there. Okay, I see. There's a big... You can do a big wall transfer around the edge. You can really multi-surface wall rides are very easy to do, and they are a big multiplier. I really crushed it. Now that I see that these buildings around the side are paneled in wall ride surface, it makes a lot more sense how you're supposed to get up here. Ah. Oh no, that's just right. I know what this says. Somehow I got all turned around here. Alright, well, friend, would you like some Tetra? It turns out I have some to spare. What a weird and beautiful little game. Alright, back to the path. Ah, okay, this time we're being a little bit more stringent with the security. Okay, there's another one right in front, just across from us here, which I reckon we can just reach from here. And then... all the way down there, are you? Well, then what is over here? So the thing I was seeing down there is not part of this at all. Oh no, it's just a treasure chest. Okay. Of course, now that we know more about how Tetra works, these treasure chests seem remarkably small treasures indeed. Okay, well, there's something up there, but I think it would be best to get when we come back down the chain, probably. Oh, damn. Oh, no. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, I'm falling. Slight bit of clumsiness there. No, get up the... Oh, no. You know, for a little while there, I felt like I was looking pretty competent. Do we all remember that time as fondly as I do? Okay. I just felt like it was important to get all the tiles we could see. Why did I think this was gonna work? Look at the distance there. Starting to get swordboard yips. Dangerous tool to lose precise control over. The champion. The sword of the sea had been forged, the finest weapon Farah had seen. But who would wield it? Who would be the sea's champion? The champion could not be a mere sea creature. They must be able to take the battle to land, to the root of fire. The champion could only be a Farron. The sea searched far and wide, calling out for the noblest of believers. The noblest of all came from the other side of the world. She was known only as the Wanderer. Is that me? I feel like a wanderer. Presumably that will be easily traversable once we plug the water bubble in. I shed my bubble somewhere along the path. Oh, I bet it's the sand spouts. Right? Yep. Okay. I was really expecting to have grabbed onto the wall there. Okay. And indeed, Yep, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Let's grab some Tetra here because we know we're going to need an awful lot for the next threshold. This will be a pretty cool place to hide a thing. For example, I absolutely did not mean to fall off the chain there. Just a bit of clumsiness on my part while I tried to show off. Sorry, I have nowhere near the rest of what you wanted, but here's something. I wonder if the shells are for anything in that same sort of currency sense, or if they're just, I could see that there was a shelf down there. If they're just kind of like exploration markers. Oh. Wait, am I seeing... That's the monk. Okay. It did kind of look like... Yeah, look at this. This would be a pretty cool place to hide a thing. Indeed. Hello, little dolphin. Of course, the real downside of all this is now I'm wondering if it's the same on the other side. Well, let's go find out. Let's see, that right there. That's the kind of thing that was missing from the Tony Hawk games. No, there's not a... Okay. Not only are there not platforms on the other side, but there's an invisible wall. All right. Well, I appreciate that it doesn't seem like either of us knows what's up. Okay, well, I can't help but feel like a little robbed, because I was gonna do that. Not that I'm expressing ownership over the demigod or anything, but you know, that was like that was my big giant dolphin spirit to ride. All right. Well, I think that that is maybe going to be where we call it for today. That feels like a pretty good taste of what Sword of the Sea has to offer. I am fucking enthralled. I'm entranced. Hopefully, y'all are as well. When you come back next time, we will pursue the other one, our doppelganger, and to see if we can't get our dolphin back. It seems like probably they're up to no good, right? We need to save that dolphin. When you come back next time, we're saving that dolphin, and we'll see you then.